guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna sit down and film a quick little no foundation makeup look. I know we're still in quarantine and no one's really going out, but we are still putting on makeup and like taking our little Instagram photos and stuff, and no one really wants to deal with the hassle of putting like heavy layers of foundation on your skin. I thought I would put together this quick little tutorial so I can show you guys how to achieve that full makeup look without that full heavy foundation on your face. And just very quickly before we get into the tutorial, if you are not subscribed already to this channel, go ahead and do so. Also hit that like button. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. Okay, so being that like I'm rocking bangs right now, I'm not really going to focus too much on my eyebrows. If you have like extremely oily skin, in place of your foundation you can use a powder, like an all over face powder if you feel like, you know, concealer and then the powder at the end won't cut it for you if you just need like an extra layer. If you have oily skin and you're going to be wearing this for long periods of time, then I would recommend doing that step. So the first thing I'm going to use is my concealer. This one is from Hourglass. It's the, let me see, the Vanish. Yeah, the Vanish Airbrush Concealer. It looks like this, and I use the shade Teak. I'm going to just begin to apply this to like the areas that kind of need like a little brightening and a little bit of coverage, which would be underneath my eye. Just like this. And I'm not like putting it all over, just because like whatever you know can blend on your face will eventually extend to like other areas of the face. I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and then on my chin. And I just kind of do it like around my nose like a little bit, and nothing too crazy. To sculpt out my face, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in the color Earth. Alright, so now I'm going to just take this foundation stick where my face kind of naturally sinks, is it like sinks in, but you know what I mean, like where the natural contour lines of your face are. I'm gonna just begin to draw just a little line kind of like right where the start of my cheekbones, not kind of halfway, because my cheekbones are right here and you can see I kind of like stop the line right there. I feel like it's kind of unnecessary to just drag it all the way there because you're gonna blend it out in that area anyway. We just take a little bit of the product on the inner bridge of my nose, and that's about it. Sometimes if you choose to, you can do your jawline as well, but honestly I'm gonna go in with my powder bronzer just to kind of like hit that area, but I'm not gonna use the cream because this is a bad habit, but like a lot of times like I rest my hands on my chin area, and I feel like with the cream and the powder like it just might like transfer, so the powder's like, it works for me. Okay, so now that I have that guideline there, I'm gonna just take the same concealer and just do a line right underneath, just so I have some like coverage, so it's not like flawless everywhere else and then it's just like this random like patches of like skin that's not covered. Okay, and to blend everything out, I'm going to just take my Sephora 47 brush. It looks like this. It has like a slight angle to it. I really like this brush because you can kind of like get into like the grooves and contours of the face. This one is like heavenly. So if you guys haven't checked out this brush, I would definitely recommend doing so, especially if you want like an airbrush type finish, because I think it's actually labeled airbrush. No, it's not, but it does give you like an airbrush finish. And before I begin to blend that out, I'm going to just take the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray and just begin to spray my face. So I'm just kind of stippling in the product, making sure I'm not moving it in the areas where I really want I want it to stay underneath my eye because I know I need a lot of coverage under there. And then with the rest of the product that's on the brush, you can just kind of like fan it out to the areas where you didn't directly apply the concealer. You see how it kind of just like brightens up the eye, like it just kind of gives it like a wake eye. Even though I have like concealer that's unblended here, you can see like it just gives like such a nice like flawless finish. I think it's honestly a combination of the brush and the specific concealer product that I use. If you guys haven't checked that Hourglass Vanish concealer, you really need to. It's really nice. Let me just do the same thing to this eye. And again, I'm just stippling it in. You can do like other motions, but just because we're not wearing foundation, I want to make sure that there's like a lot of coverage, so when you stipple it in, you're not really swiping the product all over the face. You're kind of keeping it in that direct area where you applied, because if I just start like swiping here, then it's going to move to other parts of my forehead when I know that I just want the coverage here, I want the coverage under the eye, I want the coverage on the chin, rather than just kind of like blending it everywhere. If I'm like looking in two different directions, I'm trying this new technique where I turn my viewfinder kind of like to the side, so I'm not always looking at it, because I know when I'm watching YouTube videos, I get the best experience when like the person's like kind of looking at the camera. Like it's so weird when you see like, their eye line like face to the side, so I'm trying my best to look at the camera or actually like look at the mirror, because I do need to see what I'm doing. But yeah, let me know if you guys actually care or like even notice the difference. And this part I'm just kind of dragging it down. Once I feel like the coverage is in place, I'm gonna just kind of fan it down so there's no harsh lines, but not like directly on top of the product, kind of like where that product line ends. I'm just gonna, you can stipple it down or just fan it down with the brush. Okay, so now I'm just taking this fluffy, honestly, I think this is like an eyeshadow brush. I'm not entirely sure. I have no idea, but it just any like quick little, this might be like from BH Cosmetics, but I'm just taking this brush because it's just a nice round and fluffy brush that I can just kind of like fit in the pockets right here and just kind of like work the color into the skin. Now that we have all the highlighted points blended onto the face, I'm gonna just take the same exact brush. I'm not gonna clean it off or anything, just take the rest of the remaining concealer product and just kind of begin to stipple in our contour color. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take the Sephora 55 brush. It's very light, it's very airy, and I'm gonna just kind of blend in the product so it's not like these harsh like black lines. I'm gonna just take this so it kind of like picks up a little bit of the product and also gives like a nice natural transition. Okay, and just because I like a little extra highlight underneath my eye, I'm gonna just take the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade Tan Deep Sand. This is a little bit of a thicker concealer, but I'm not applying this everywhere. I'm just gonna apply this right underneath the eye. Okay, so now for my powder, I'm gonna just take the what is this, Too Faced Peachy Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder and Translucent Caramelized Peach. This one smells so good. It smells like peaches, but honestly, like if you use too much, like it can really like get caught in like your lungs. But it smells really nice, but from like afar, if that like makes sense. Even though I'm like sniffing it, it does smell really good, but like it will sneak up on you. So I'm gonna just tap a little bit of this in the cap. I'm gonna just take my Sephora number 90 brush and pat it in the cap and tap off the excess and begin to press down. So basically we're just setting all the liquid makeup that's on the face. Oh my gosh. And like look at the difference between the eyes. Like it just looks so nice, so matte, so natural. Not like natural like because like clearly no one naturally looks like this, but like the natural makeup like look is what we're going for here. Okay, and now basically to set all the areas where we applied the darker shades, the contour shades, I'm going to use my Cover FX. This is the Press Mineral Foundation in P125. I'm going to take the same exact brush and swirl it into the product and kind of just buff this where we applied our contour. Okay, so now moving into like the blush phase of the complexion, I'm gonna just take this MAC, what is it? I think MAC blush. This is the color Raisin. I'm gonna just take a little bit on the same exact brush and just kind of apply this to the apples of my cheek and kind of blending it into our contour. And this kind of like helps like marry in the two colors, like the concealer color and the contour color. And again, because this brush is really multi-purpose, like if you guys haven't, or if you don't have a brush like this or don't at least have this brush, I would definitely recommend getting like the perfect brush to apply your bronzer, your blush, your highlighter. Like this is the go-to brush. But anyway, I'm gonna use for highlighting today, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. I'm gonna just take a little bit of this on the brush, and then I like to smile when I do my my highlighter, because like I want it to like kind of end at the apples of my cheeks, because like when you just smile, like when the sun hits, like it looks so nice. And I'm gonna just take a little bit on the tip of my nose and also like kind of down the bridge and a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take I'm not gonna just like leave it as is. Like this is pretty much the full complexion that we really have going on. This is kind of what I would wear on like an everyday basis, like if I was going out, obviously with the exception of like my eyes and my lips. But in terms of complexion, this is really all you need for the summer. You don't need foundation. You can still get coverage. It can still look like nice, like you actually put time and effort into it. The key takeaways are the products that you use. I would use something with medium coverage, nothing, you don't have to use a full coverage. Definitely I wouldn't do a light coverage, because obviously you are skipping the foundation step, but just make sure you're blending. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of times they neglect the blending technique when it comes to blending out their makeup, because if you're, like I said, just swiping it all over the place, you're not gonna really get the coverage that you're looking for, because you're moving it in other areas. So that's kind of important. It's not even kind of, that is very important as well. So with that being said, now I'm gonna just kind of move on to the rest, because I'm not gonna just like end the video here. I'm gonna just add a little bit of eyeliner, my lashes, a lip, and then we're set. So for eyeliner, I'm gonna just use my felt tip liner from Pat McGrath. Like this one is so bomb. This one's like black, like super black, and I really appreciate that. And again, I draw my lines like from the side, because you really shouldn't be using the point, because you're gonna mess up the point. Now I'm gonna just take, I don't really want to show it because like they're used, but this is like a beauty supply store brand from Velux by IMV. It's called Pale Blush. That's the style of lash. Again, they're very used, so I'm not gonna like show them, but you guys will see it when it's on. I'm gonna just pop these on really quick. Okay, so I just applied the glue to my lashes, and what I do is, even like when I'm not filming, I put the glue on, I like rest it on top of like the lash case while it's kind of like drying, like for a little second. And if you guys have watched like my other videos, you know how I feel about spraying, like setting my face with a spray and having lashes on. Like that is the, I know this is probably just like a mental thing, but like that's like the grossest feeling. It's not even funny, it's actually really sad. Like it's like I don't want to say it's something I'm dealing with, but like it's like the worst. Like I literally feel kind of like itchy after that. So like what I do is, while it's drying, I'll spray my face and then like I'll go and put my lashes on. I know it's weird, like you don't even have to tell, I know that it's weird, so it's fine. Okay, cool. And also like if I blink and you still see like gray, clearly the glue has not dried. But for my lips, I am gonna use my go-to like product. I'm sorry, I have to. So I'm gonna just take the MAC Chestnut lip pencil. It's like super beat up, and I'm gonna use my birthday suit from, it's so laughable because like I use this all the time, but I'm using the birthday suit Tarte lip paint. It's the most beautiful like pink shade I've ever used in my life. This is so sad. But I use this so much that like the cap broke off. So like when I use it, I actually have to like, because I don't want to get like I was gonna say polish. I don't want to get like lip product all over. So I just kind of like pick it up with the, this is so ratchet. I might not even put this in there. But yeah, I just kind of pick it up and then yeah. It's whatever. But the funny thing is it's not even me, because when I was speaking to my ex-coworkers at Sephora, they were saying the same thing happened to a few there. So like I think it's just like bad quality for the caps, but the actual product is good. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of lip balm on. This is from Laneige, which is the lip sleeping mask. It's like a watermelon flavored lip balm. You can literally put this under any of like your matte products and it will keep your lips moisturized like throughout the day. This is kind of like too much. A little bit goes a long way with this product as well. This is so sad. You know, it's not sad, it's innovative. It's really not, but that's fine. Okay, so here is the final look. This is really fun to film just because like like I said, this is really a fun tutorial for me just because like I know that this will be achievable for like a lot of people. A lot of the people that I get, like not a lot, but like the people who I do get messages from, they like say that they're beginners and they're newbies, and guys, I know that you can do this. Like this took no time. It's very doable if you have a short period of time. So like if you're going to work, even, well, clearly not like the lashes because this is like team too much. I don't know where you work, but still, like this is, in terms of like the complexion, this is very, very doable, very, very easy. If you guys did enjoy this video, I ask that you give it a like and give it a thumbs up. Do not forget, if you've reached to the end of the video, help your girl out, don't forget to like and also subscribe to this channel, because like I said, I will be producing more content, more beauty related videos. After all, this is beauty for life, so I'm going to keep doing more videos. I have a really good video that's going to be you know, coming out after this one, so stay tuned for that one. That I'm actually really excited about that one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.